Okay, here we are again. Um, this time I decided to choose another game. I have a feeling it's kind of choppy, but we'll see how it goes. I was thinking of playing a game that's a little less like constant, like Don't Starve is. Plus, the nice thing, well, if you don't know, this is Project Zomboid, a game about zombies or killing zombies, surviving in a world with zombies, and um, basically about looting. So, some things to know. I suck at this game. For the purposes of this stream, I'm taking it easy. I set the zombies to very low settings. I They aren't going to come back. Normally in the game they come back. Some of the other settings I've left, but things like whether the level of loot should be like high or normal, so there will be plenty of stuff. And the zombies themselves are weak and they are fragile, so it'll be easy to play. Hopefully, I still will probably manage to get myself killed quite quickly, but in any case. So, oh, and I recommend actually if you get interested in this game, you feel like playing it, you've never played it before, I recommend going with some sandbox settings and setting it fairly easy because I I had this game for a year basically before I actually ended up playing it seriously because I just found it impossible at first. It takes some muscle memory and some actual um, understanding, or I mean, just kind of comfort with the game that I didn't have, and I just couldn't seem to, I'd die within a day, and that's no fun. So I started off. I came back to it, and I decided, you know what, this sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and just take it easy. Try to get better at playing, at killing the. There we go, claw hammer, baby. Um, the playing the game, fighting. That's gonna be, and hopefully, shell suit. That doesn't look very hopeful. Hopefully, I would get better and I could play it, on a harder level later on. And I found that that's actually true, that I did get better. I played it on the easy mode for a long time, and yet, let's see what's in here. Um, uh, One day I decided, hey, I'm going to see what it's like now. And I was able to do this when I was, playing it on easy mode. So that's pretty cool. Now, like I said, this is going to be the easy way because it's just, I don't, for one thing, I get kind of bored watching people on YouTube who are just getting, all they do is fight zombies. It's just boring. Of course you want that every once in a while, but it gets really boring. And so I thought it would be more fun to, yeah, just have a little bit of pushback from the zombies, but not just a constant stream of them and then dying immediately. I do have it set so that if I get scratched, oh boy, here we go. So there's our first kill. Yeah, it definitely looks like this is a little choppy, so sorry about that. I tried to fix the settings, but I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, I'm playing this over Steam Link, so it's on my other computer that's running it, but this is I'm playing it on a over the network. over my network. Anyway, so why is this interesting philosophically? And if it is, why? Why is it interesting philosophically? And I will say it is. Zombies are very interesting philosophically and culturally because, oh, hey, because, oh, what'd you stop for, you fool? They are interesting philosophically and culturally because, well, I'll get into it in a second. But there is an idea of philosophical zombies that I'll talk about briefly, but I don't really care about that. That has to do with philosophy of mind, and it's less interesting to me. I mean, it's still interesting, but it's also analytic philosophy, and let's just get everything down to the bare. Of course, that's what I'm going to do with my view, which, I mean, what I'm interested in is ethics, of course, and so I'm going to be talking about empathetic zombies or moral zombies, as opposed to philosophical zombies like David Chalmers talks about. But first of all, I want to talk about the what is a zombie. I'm not going to go into serious detail. You probably have a pretty good idea if you've been on the Earth for the past, especially the past 20 years. But there is one type called the Romero from our friend George Romero, who made some of the early. I don't really know the full history of zombies in the movies, but he was definitely, really popularized zombies in the 70s, I think, 70s and 80s maybe. I haven't actually seen any of those movies, but I know about them by reputation. And these are kind of the zombies that we're looking at here. Slow, not interested. I mean, they're kind of, well, they're very dumb. Have absolutely no capacity for any kind of moving around of their own volition. They just move because they want to eat. They want brains. They don't have brains because for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is in Romero's movies. But another version is the 28 Days Later zombie. Which is different because although the 28 Days Later zombies are also kind of brain dead, they aren't actually. If you've seen 28 months later, I think it is, or weeks, maybe it's weeks, 28 weeks later, then you'll know that they can kind of think. I think that 28 Weeks Later was a terrible movie. I loved 28 Days Later. But 28 Weeks Later makes the zombies into these half semi-smart things, and I just don't like that. I mean, that's one of the things I really personally, yeah, I'm going to take a stand on what is a good zombie and say that, oh, we've got the church already? Wow, okay. It's not going to do me any good, but I am thirsty, as you can see up in the right. You're always thirsty early on in the game because you don't have anything to carry around. Carry water in, and I don't. I need to be a little more careful. So the 28 Days Later zombies go into a rage based on something in the blood. I don't know. I've forgotten the details. I remember there were some monkeys, and they got really angry, so angry that they just kill everything that they can. I don't know if they're hungry for brains. They seem to just be angry. And I think that that's kind of the idea, which is cool. But they're also fast, which Romero zombies are not. They can move, especially in 28 Weeks Later. I haven't seen 28 Years Later. I've heard it's okay. Anyway, so culturally, we've got that, and then we've got The Last of Us. That's a recent version that I really like. I love the game. I really liked the series. I think they did a good job. I'm not looking forward to season 3 because I'm sure Neil Druckmann's not going to be on it anymore, so it's going to be stupid. I think he would have had a hard time recovering from the end of season 2 anyway. But yeah. So I am, if you don't know, I'm breaking into people's houses because everybody's a zombie now, and I can take what I want. It's one of the things that people love about games like this, is you can just take what you want, because everybody's brainless. Okay, so The Last of Us is zombie fungus, which is kind of, I think it's a unique idea, although there already are, as you probably know, zombie snails and zombie birds that get taken over by, I think, cordyceps. I know in the show they're cordyceps, and that was really stupid, by the way. Don't do that. Go into a room with no light on, not ready, because you will die. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't die. So in The Last of Us, yeah, cordyceps, great. I love, especially in the, you can hear people in the background. I especially love that first part where they're saying, oh, fungus can get across the brain-blood barrier or whatever, or it's moved, the cordyceps have moved over, are now capable of infecting humans. You need to start bombing. Because, I mean, that would be kind of true. Very scary thought. And again, I love the game. Games. I haven't played the second one, but I want to. And then there is another kind that's just kind of silly. I want to mention it because I like the show. There's iZombie, which is where a girl gets infected with some kind of weird zombie virus, and she is able to keep up a modicum of like humanity, even though her body is dead. Basically, that's what they say. It's weird, but she is able to eat brains and remember the experiences of the brains, and so there's some silly work with her turning into these people that the brains that she's eaten. Okay, was there something there? I saw that tree move, but maybe it was just a oh yeah, I need some water now. I need food. And I'm also looking for some, well, I love wearing, I always put on silver. Okay, so yeah, iZombie, silly. It really gets stupid later on, but it's fun. She takes on the personality of the people that she eats, their brains as well. Okay, so let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? Okay, and then there's Project Zomboid, which is basically this game. There's a lot of other zombie games, obviously, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. But in Project Zomboid, they're largely Romeros. You can set it so that they can run like 28 days later, or sprint, I guess, or not. You can have it. These are basically, I think there's slow and fast shambling, which is, slow walking. And I should go in these houses and actually eat and drink. I hear somebody. Where are you, friend? I must kill you. Ooh, there's a generator. Yeah. No. Okay. Where are you, friend? Are you outside? Well, I'm going to get some water while you're figuring out what you want to do. Or not. Since I know where you are now. Hey there. How you doing? Come on over. Yeah, so back to the reason I'm doing this in the first place. Oh boy, oh boy. Luckily I have cleave, even with the... There we go. I love that. That's a new thing that you can knock them over. It's so good because, man, it sucks when... Especially when you don't have a weapon early on. But anyway, yeah, getting off track. These zombies... They're also, I think Walking Dead is similar, although they probably get through. God, there's so many of them. There's not supposed to be that many. Whoop. Okay, I can take a little break. What time? I don't know what time it is because I still haven't found a watch. There's some rings though. I need some water. After a while in this game, the water runs out. Electricity runs out, and you have to fend for yourself. But for now, we've got a refrigerator. We've got pork chops. Let's see if we can cook something up. Got some canned fruit beverages. And back to zombies. So, why are zombies popular now? Again, I am mainly thinking of Romero's. I prefer that. And that's what you're going to see in this game. It doesn't, well, it kind of does matter because in 28 Days Later, they have different motivations than in something like a Romero movie or even The Last of Us. Because they're just angry, whereas in Romero's and stuff like that, they are they don't have enough brain, and so they are desiring brains. They are basically entirely desire, and I'll probably talk about that at some point, but not today. But so moving on to why. There's something wrong with my mouse, so I'm having a hard time clicking on stuff. Pencil, I guess we'll take that. Why are zombies so popular these days? I have some theories. I don't know that they're entirely correct. Oh yeah, that's right. I meant to say... Sorry, I keep going back and forth, but I meant to say earlier, I don't play the music, partially because I don't like a lot of it, but also, especially like late at night or when it's dark out and you're... I feel like there's more zombies than usual than I'm used to. But anyway, I'm still alive. Also, it can be quite scary. I have the volume down pretty low, so it's not as scary, but if you have the volume up fairly high, it can be kind of scary. Especially when it gets that violin sound. Oh boy. Ah! I hate it early on when he doesn't know how to hit anything. Ah! And he's so slow. And then I die. So I'm going to die here, probably. Hopefully I just got a scratch. Right. Nope, I got a laceration. I'm not dead yet, which I have it set so that I immediately die. Of course, I find a watch now. I hope I don't die because... let's go ahead and... bandage. Oh, I probably should have disinfected that, actually, but I'll wait. So where am I? No, where do I... can't I... There. God. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Um, what do you have? You have some kind of knife. That's boring. Okay. So there was some food over there. God, there's a bunch of zombies too. I mean, it's not that difficult, clearly, but I feel like there's a lot of them. I guess they changed the population dynamics recently, so this game is in what is called uh, early access, and so a lot of it is still being worked on. They're constantly updating it. Okay, so she was a stinky one, apparently. I'm going to take her keys. And, okay, so this is getting a bit long. I mean, I got 10 more minutes. But I'm going to try to make these shorter. So I'm going to split them up so that they're consumable in small doses. It looks like this is going to be just about kind of the phenomenon of zombies. And next time I'll talk more about philosophy. But so culturally, why are they so popular? Obviously, 200 seasons of Walking Dead had something to do with that. But even before that, it was really popular. And I think the Romeros were fairly popular, but nowhere near the popularity that they've had in the past 25 years. So why are they popular? Well, they're disturbing. I mean, they're, it's always horror movies, and we want something that really blows our minds, and yet it's everyday stuff. These are everyday, these are just people that happen to have lost their minds, which does happen, and it's disturbing when it happens. If the whole world did that, well, that would be pretty disturbing. Another thing is, they're an unthinking enemy. So, like, we've got on both sides of the political divide that we currently have, there's, the unthinking mass. So for the folks on the right, they think the lefties are all communists who want to be told what to do by some authoritarian communist figure. And, they're all a bunch of sheeple. And, oh yeah, vaccinations. We all, lefties all want to do whatever the government tells them. On the other hand, us lefties accuse the right of being conspiracy theorists who just listen to the latest gossip from some fool in a chat room somewhere and live their lives based on that. Is that a zombie down there? Oh, hello. So they are kind of people that we deal with every day that we don't like. And so, hey, why not punch them and, kill them? I'm not saying that that's why people are doing it, but they can be, it's easier to think of them as an enemy. And it's more than just that, though. I mean, it's more than this political divide. I just think that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind when I think about it, because of this unthinking mass that the zombies definitely are. They do not think, and we can't deny that. But even more, I think there's been a kind of evolution of enemies, particularly in Hollywood movies. So when I was growing up, in especially the 80s, movies always had Soviet Russia as the enemy. So there's Red Dawn, there's No Way Out, Kevin Costner's movie. Let's see if I won anything. Spies Like Us, Trying to think of some other movies. So in all of those movies, the Soviets are the enemy, and it's okay to kill them, which is kind of scary now. But back then it was okay to kill them because they're unthinking masses. They want our death, and so we need to strike back and kill them first. Let's see how I'm doing on blood. Okay, good. So, but that kind of fell apart when nice and oh my God, yes. Attached to the back. So we will be using a metal bat for the near future. So yeah, that became kind of a problem in 1989 when I think that was when the Berlin Wall came down. Marked the end. It took a while, but it marked the end of Soviet Russia. And I don't really want to use a gun because every zombie in the neighborhood will come if I actually use it, but it's good to have just in case. So yeah, so it became a problem. The Russians were now just normal people, the people on the east side of the wall in Berlin were just normal folks now. I'm sure some of them had done some bad things. That's true of people in the West too. So we couldn't condemn them as enemies anymore. And the funny thing is, as globalization was, I'm totally, this is just my theory, but globalization was growing at that time, and Hollywood was exporting its movies, and so even though for a while radical Islam was scary, they wanted to sell to Islamic people, and you can't just condemn them as evil if that's nice, if you want to sell them things. And so they had a problem. They had a problem that they couldn't. Who's the enemy now? Who can we have in every show that is now the enemy, that's going to, dog our every move and give us some kind of obstacle to overcome so that we can do our Bildungsroman movie or whatever. And so what they came up with, and it was already starting before 89, but there were aliens, like the Aliens movies, and robots, like the Terminator movies. And I think those really kind of exploded for a while there. Ah! Oh, shit. That scared the shit out of me. Hey. You don't do that. Where did you come from? Where the hell did he come from? Anyway, this is going to be more fun, I think, than Don't Starve. As long as I don't die. I need to eat. Okay, so yeah. But how many people have met aliens? Probably not a whole lot. If they have, cool. They're still alive, so that means the aliens aren't that bad. So aliens will, for a long time, be sci-fi only. And not everybody wants to watch sci-fi. I mean, that's true of zombies in a lot of ways, too. They aren't real, but at least not yet. But anyway, so I'm going to cook something up, and then I will, let's see, put this in here. I wanted to find a pot, but I can't find a pot. Ooh, some tortilla chips, though. Let's have those. I don't want to eat them all, because I doubt I'll lose my hunger. But got some split peas and some kidney beans. All right. So, let's turn this on. Cook it up. Um, so yeah, so and the robots, they maybe to a certain extent, more recently they've become kind of too close for comfort, but I think we could also say that um, I don't know. I'm not sure why robots aren't more popular than zombies. Except again, um, robots, we don't have like lifelike robots that we can really consider to be um, super scary. And so zombies kind of came in. Zombies don't think. Zombies don't have any morals. There is no society of zombies. Oh, I need to watch my food. They are entirely, freely, uh, I mean, it's amoral. It's not immoral, and actually, in some ways, it's moral to kill zombies. And so it was a good choice. It has been a good choice. We can watch people kill zombies, and we don't feel a thing. There's nothing wrong at all with that. Again, it's kind of a good thing. You want to protect your friends in society. That's what the Soviets were at one point. We wanted to protect ourselves from, um, protect ourselves and our family, like in Red Dawn. That's a classic example. From the horrors of invasion by Soviet Russia. But because of the reasons that I've given, that just wasn't an option. And so zombies have, I think, really taken a role as the enemy. The enemy that is going to attack us. It's going to be constantly opposing us. They're unstoppable, except unless you kill them. And you have to really kill them. You have to bash their brains in, although they don't have brains. So I've never gotten that. But you can cut their legs off. They just keep coming. And so they are indomitable, but at the same time, they aren't in any way a moral target. It's not wrong to hurt them, to kill them. It would be weird to be cruel to them, but in some ways we don't think that's even possible. It's not even a consideration. They aren't a moral consideration at all. So they are great enemies, especially for video games. Killing, Soviets, even killing Nazis is somewhat disturbing. They're human beings. They're capable of thought, and so it's more difficult to kill them than it is to kill zombies. Zombies, we all know, because we are well versed in the mythology. We all know they have no thoughts. Whoever they were is gone now. Whether it's they don't have souls or they don't have minds, they are gone. And so it's not wrong to kill them. That's my kind of take on the popularity of zombies. Um, I'm going to cut this here because I think we've got about 30 minutes. And I'll take up philosophy in the next episode.